everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is the 5th episode of our launch series when we install WordPress, PeepSo and Gecko Theme. In previous 4 episodes, we covered everything from installing the WordPress, cleaning it up, removing all unnecessary pages, plugins, posts, making few settings in the WordPress as well. Then we configured the Gecko theme, make it look exactly as you see it right now on your screens. Then we have configured PeepSo, and finally today we are going to configure paid or additional add-ons. So let's get straight into it. In the very first episode of this long series, when we installed WordPress and PeepSo Foundation, we also installed Gecko theme as well as all of the core plugins. It's all in the first episode. And now it is time to see how all of these additional plugins come into the play. So when you install, for example, chat, you can go to PeepSo configuration, and then you will find the chat option over there. You see, if I go and disable the chat plugin by going to installed plugins and then deactivate this, let's delete it completely from the website, and then I go back to the configuration, I don't really have chat plugin anymore. Okay, to install it back, I will go to WordPress dashboard, then PeepSo installer, wait for the installer to check your license. You will see your license here, and simply click on install. Wait for the installer to download and actually install the plugin, and then simply activate it. Go back to the configuration. Come on, did I click? Oh, I did. And now we have the chat options once again. It's all true for all other plugins that you see here. So email digest, friends, groups, photos, user limits, and videos. All of this configuration will be available to you once you install the additional core plugins through installer. Of course, this is all true for all other plugins that you see here, except for social login and invitations, because this is the standalone plugin. It can work without PeepSo. Okay, so if you only wish to use social login and invitations, you can. But if you use PeepSo, you can use it with PeepSo as well. So once you install this plugin, you will get a completely new menu over here, and we already have the feature highlight episode covering the entire social login and invitations, so you can learn how to set this plugin up. And I will link the entire feature highlights playlist into the description below. In that playlist, you can also find the entire episode dedicated to setting up the certain plugins from this list. For example, user limits, email digest, groups, and friends have also been covered in the entire separate episodes for these particular plugins. And I will not spend a lot of time in the configuration for them. If you're interested to see how to set them all up, the link once again will be in the description below. Click on that link and find the related video. We have for groups, email digest, user limits, and friends. So just to show you what I have in mind, I will go through, for example, chat plugin, and because we didn't cover it in feature highlight, I am going to explain every single option over here. So I'm going to enable it and then test it for you to see how it works. But for friends, for example, let's open the friends. I will only say what this option does. I will not show it in the live example. If you want to see it in a live example, go down in the description, find the link to feature highlights, and everything is explained in the separate episode for this particular plugin. Once again, we have the entire episode devoted to email digest, groups, user limits, and friends. Now let's come back here and change some settings. As you can see, allow new messages only from friends is enabled by default. And this simply means that user will not be able to send the message to anyone unless they are friends. And users can override the setting if they want. So to do that, they will simply go to their profile, then preferences, and find the option to allow new messages only from friends. If, for example, Alice removed this setting, now everyone on the website will be able to send her the message, right? Let's check it out. Go back to our user over here. Let's find Alice, and we can send her the message. If Alice goes and change this, allow new messages only from friends, I can still send her the message because I am the admin of the website, but if I use the different user, I will not be able to, and I'm going to show you right now. Let's quickly log out from this user and log in as Charles Tucker and the same password. I prepared this user. I don't need to save this. No, thank you. So Charles is not an admin and he is not the friend with Alice, okay? And there is no option to send her a message. But if we go back to Alice and say, allow new messages only from friends and disable that, now let's see what will happen when I refresh the page. Now I can send her the message, okay? Now, enable read notifications and character limit per message should be self-explanatory, right? I'm not going to show you the limit because you can decide however long your limit is going to be. But for the enable read notifications, let's enable it. Actually, let's see our messages before enabling it. So here's a little conversation between Mark and Alice. And as you can see here, they are talking about something. It doesn't matter. But they cannot tell if Alice or Mark read the message, right? So if you want to do that, you can enable read notifications, save the settings, and now when you refresh the page and see the messages, there will be this little icon over here with a check mark, so showing that the message has been seen. So let's check how that works in practice. Go back to Alice because it's her turn to respond. Okay, and there is an icon, but it's in a white circle, right? So when I check it right now, I've seen it with Mark. I've seen this message. No, not yet. And when I come back and refresh the page, I need to refresh the page because I'm using the multiple chat windows in the same browser and pretending to be two different users. So updates may not come immediately, as you can see here, right? It's treating like I still didn't say it, but that is only because this is the localhost computer and I cannot force it. If you want to do that, go to the settings and force refresh, which will send an additional AJAX call every 30 seconds to update all browser tabs if you have multiple of them opened. So let's save the settings. By now, the read notification should be updated. So let's check it. Yes, here it is. 1 minute ago, the Mark or Alice saw this message. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Let's just do hello. And she has the icon over here showing that Mark still didn't see the message. Let's go back to Mark and see the message, right? So now all we have to do is wait for 30 seconds for this setting, force refresh, to come into effect and update all chat windows. You shall never experience this quote-unquote issue on the live site when you speak with someone using the different computer, but when you are using your own computer and one browser to simulate two persons, unexpected things like this can happen. So just give it time and it will update it in time. Okay, Mark saw this message. Let's go back to Alice. It still didn't update, but it will update very soon. Trust me. All right, let's check it. Yes. Now the message has been read. If you don't want to show that read notification, just disable read notifications, save the settings, refresh the page for new setting to get into the effect. And now we don't have that icon anymore. Let's come back to the settings and see chat and pages. If you want to restrict the chat window, this little window, to not show on certain pages or show only on the pages you want, you can do that over here. So let's say I want to disable it on a profile page. I will simply write profile like this. Okay, save the settings. And now the chat window will not show on profile page. If I try to click on it, it will take me to the new messenger. Okay. Let's disable this setting, go back to my profile, and now if I open the message, it will open the window over here. Okay, but let's try to disable it one more time. Let's say I don't want to show chat on profile at all. Save the settings, refresh the page, and now when I try to open the message, it will take me to the messenger. And that is all you need to know about the chat configuration. In Email Digest, you can set your website to send the email to the users that have not been logged in for a specified amount of days. By default, this number of days is 3, but you can select up to 30. So let's say someone didn't log in on your website in 30 days, and you want to send them the digest of all the notifications that they have missed on the website. So maybe they joined the group, or maybe they had some friends posting something, and you want to send them an email notifying them that, hey, you missed this post from your friend, or you missed this post from the group. We have the entire feature highlights episode dedicated to email digest, and I strongly suggest you to go down in the description below, find the link to that playlist, then find the email digest in the playlist itself, and look to see how to set up all of these configurations. Okay. For now on, we are going to move to friends, and as its name says, this plugin allows you to have friendships on your website, but it also allows another privacy level. So when you create a post in PeepSo, you can choose the friends only privacy, and that means this post that I'm creating right now is going to be displayed only to my friends. So when other people come to this website and see the activity stream, if they are not friends with Mark Williams, they will not be able to see it. So let's go back to our Alice. And she cannot see this post from Mark. Okay? There's nothing on it. The post is here, but because Alice is not a friend with Mark, she cannot see that post. Okay? Let's come back to the configuration. So maximum amount of friends simply impose the limits on the number of friends that user can have, and that limit is applied to administrators as well, so be very, very careful. And there has to be a limit, because the more friends user has, the site performance will be degraded to that user. Okay, and this will solely depend on on how powerful your server is. So by default, we limit this friends number to 200, but you can really choose any number you want. Okay? If you think your server is powerful enough, you are lucky and you have a dedicated cluster of super servers, you can have the unlimited number of friends on the website. But for the most users, I will recommend 200 for shared servers, 1000 for a good VPS, and some 5000 for extra powerful server, like dedicated server and the dedicated machine that runs only one website, which is dedicated to your community, right? And finally, we have auto friends, where I can find the user, let's say Alice, and choose Alice Porter to be added to the friend lists whenever someone creates an account. I believe it was on MySpace back in time. The user Tom will be automatically added to your friend list whenever you create a new account on MySpace, and this is the similar feature, you know. And if you decided to enable this feature later on, when you already have users registered on your website, you can simply befriend all your users. Next on the list is groups. And we also have a feature highlight devoted to all of these settings. There's too many of them to go through them again, so I strongly suggest you to go to feature highlight playlist and see the dedicated video for the groups. Okay, now photos. This is something that we didn't cover yet in feature highlights, so I'm going to cover here. AWS is covered in the feature highlights actually, and there's a dedicated episode in the feature highlights playlist, so go and watch that to see how to enable AWS S3 storage. In the general settings, you can decide how big the maximum upload size in megabytes will be. You can say, let's say 55 megabytes, okay? But you need to be careful to not exceed the maximum upload allowed by WordPress. And that is your PHP INI setting, which is kind of advanced feature that we are not going to cover here. And when you change this maximum upload size in megabytes, you will have the different value set over here. And if you want to increase it, you will most likely have to reach to your hosting provider to increase it for you. Okay, for now, let's just save it to 55 megabytes and save the settings. Now, when I go to the community, and if I want to upload the photo, it will say that maximum file size is now 55 megabytes. No, I don't want to upload the photo. Okay, let's come back to the settings, and let's say maximum image width will be 400, this number, and height will be this number, just to make it spicy. Okay, refresh the page to apply the new settings, go to photos, and now you have this completely custom configuration for the uploading the photos. Okay, maximum number of photos per user. You can set the unlimited or whatever number you want. And allowed space per users in megabyte, you can limit, let's say you only want to give 100 megabytes to your users on your website, so you can set it right here. If you don't want to have this limit, simply type 0. Daily photo upload limit per user. So if someone spams your website with a lot of pictures, let's say they upload the 300 images per day, I don't know why, but it happened to me once, trust me. You can set this setting to, let's say, 50 images a day, and once they upload the 50 images, they will not be able to upload more this particular day. They will have to wait 24 hours in order to upload more. Photo upload behavior, I strongly recommend you to use resize, because if you use original, there will be a different dimension images for all over the place. And let's just use resize and use the maximum image width and maximum image height. Image quality, you can set whatever you want. 80 is recommended, 85 is default. Thumbnail quality, 60 is recommended, but once again, you can choose whatever you want. However, pay attention and please do note that higher values here means higher image size, and higher image size means more space on your hosting. And finally, autoplay GIFs or GIFs, however you want to call them, will automatically play any uploaded GIF thing on your website. Let's save those settings and move to user limits, which is another plugin that we covered in the feature highlights. And there is too many options over here for me to go through every single one of them. So I strongly recommend to find the feature highlight for user limits and go watch that. So let's finally finish with videos. Now, video settings is twofold. You have the linking videos from external sources like YouTube, Dailymotion, Vimeo, and other third-party websites. And you have the possibility to upload the videos, but uploading the videos require very strong server and specific configuration. And if you don't have that, there are workarounds where you can enable only uploading MP4 files to your website without conversion, but I'll come to that. First of all, if I enable this option or disable it, now the videos will be completely disabled on the website. You will only be able to link the video like this by creating a post, and then this is different. This is not the same as linking the video. I'm basically just adding the link in my post the same way I will add any other link. For example, I don't know, Doodle.com. There's no difference between that. Okay, so this is the same thing. If I add this link, I will now get the video from the YouTube, but this is not the link in the video. In order to link the video and show up in the widget, you actually need to go to post type, then change to video, enter the URL, and in say what's on your mind, you need to actually say what's on your mind and not have the link. So no link here. Okay, now when I post it, it will show in the latest media widget once I refresh the page. And if you don't have a caching, it will show immediately. But for that to happen, we need to change the privacy of this video to public, because latest media widget will only show public posts. Okay, refresh the page, and now there is this video in the latest media as well. You know, if I simply paste the link like this and post it, it will not be shown in the latest media. Okay, there is a difference between posting a video and making a post with a video link. That's two different things. So let's delete this post completely and go back to the settings. Play inline on mobile. It means that right now, when you look at this player, it's using the built-in player, but if you enable this option, it will try to use it will try to force an inline player, and that inline player will depend on the video provider. Okay, and the results may vary from provider to provider, meaning this player that is displaying the video will be different for all different providers. Now, video uploads, let's enable them. However, I don't really have this this website set up for the video uploads, because my FFmpeg, that's how you pronounce it, it's not MPAG. So FFmpeg is not on my is not available on my website, and ffprobe is not there either. So I cannot really rely on the conversion. However, I can set up the AWS Elastic Transcoder, and we have the entire feature highlight episode devoted to showing exactly how to set up the AWS Elastic Transcoder. Or you have an option to use no conversions at all, and allowed file extensions are MP4 and MOV. Okay, you can add more if you want, but we strongly suggest only MP4 and MOV because that's the format that browsers can actually understand. Okay, if you allow some esoteric video extensions like 3GP or something old like that, it might not work. So keep it standardized to MP4 or MOV. And similarly to images, you can allow the maximum video upload file size and allowed space per user for video. For audio, when this option is enabled, now users will be able to link the audio files, and if you enable audio uploads, they will be able to upload audio files. So limits are similar to the limits for the videos and pictures, and allow space per user for audio. You can disable this by simply entering 0 or decide or the number of space in megabytes. And if you have the Last.fm API, you can enable the cover art for the uploaded videos. I don't have this API, so I'll leave it disabled. Let's save these settings and see how everything works on the front end. Now I have my test user over here. Let's try to make a post, create audio, either link the link to, I don't know, Spotify or Apple Music, or upload your own, okay? And the interesting thing, where you enable the audio, you can see how title of the plugin has been changed to audio and video. All right? Okay, so that is all I have prepared for you today. This is the episode before the last one. And in the last episode coming next week, I'm going to show you how to set up third-party integration. So we are going to introduce some third-party into the mix. I will probably do that with the plugin that I still didn't cover in the feature highlights. So probably is going to be either MyThread or BadgeOS. I'm leaning toward MyThread, but I will have yet to decide on that because advanced ads, EDD, actually we didn't cover EDD either. So it's a toss-up between MyThread and EDD. All right, but that's the subject for the next video. This one is over. I hope you found it informative, and if you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and smash that bell notification icon to be notified whenever a new video comes out. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We are present there as well. Until the next video, I wish you all the best with your websites. Bye!